Hello, I am in Cheatertown, Maryland, in Kent County on the eastern shore. I am on my way to Dover. I've been in the car almost all day long. It is about 4:20 in the afternoon. I'm tired, but I am going to do an Earthcache because today is Saturday of International Earthcache Day, and if I find an Earthcache, I will get a souvenir. So I'm going to do this Earthcache here in this park. Shout out to Osnap, who is the Earthcache king of Delmarva in my book. He's put out a lot of Earthcaches in Virginia and Maryland and Delaware, and I have to answer some questions about this basin, which is made out of granite. So I have to examine this, answer some questions about it, and then on the other side of the park there are some flagstones that I have to look at and compare this to and find out if it's the same type of granite. So I'm going to do this Earthcache, and then I'm going to walk around and find some more geocaches while I'm here, and in Adventure Lab. By the way, this stone basin is to provide water for horses, and it's made out of a certain type of granite. And if I walk over to the other side here, past this fountain, I will find some flagstones that were put down to keep people from having to get their feet dirty as they're walking through the streets. I think that was women in their fancy dresses. So the flagstones are over there. I'm going to examine them and see what I find. Okay, I think I got all the information I need. And now I am here at Memorial Row. I'm going to do an Adventure Lab. The Adventure Lab is all along this row right here. Should be pretty quick and easy. Finished the Adventure Lab. That one is also by Osnap. And now I'm heading toward the Chester River, where there is a traditional geocache. There are quite a number of traditionals here. We'll see what we can find. There are some new treasures that recently came out. One of the collections is called River Expedition Puzzles, which require you to find any non-event cache of any size, but each treasure has its own criteria as far as difficulty and terrain. So each one has a different combination of difficulty and terrain. So like one is a 1-1, and another one is like 1.5. I'm not sure what they all are, but there's a whole bunch of them. And I earned one last week in California. I can't remember which cache it was. And there's a whole, and I'm not really gonna, I don't really know what the difficulty and terrain ratings of these are and which treasures I might get on the caches around here in Cheatertown, but we'll just have to kind of see and let it be a surprise. This cache is over there on the docks somewhere. There are muggles out here by the ground zero, I think. I'm gonna have to be stealthy. Found the cache, signed the log, and someone else also found it today. Very cool. I just saw a sign that said that harbor, where those docks are, is where slaves used to be brought in from the 1600s until the end of the Civil War. Wow. And I imagine that a lot of these beautiful old buildings were built by slaves and were lived in by people who owned slaves. Beautiful town, a lot of history, some of it not so good. So finding some that's Earthcache and these traditional caches will get me earn me a new county in Maryland. Don't know where that's coming from. Nice little rails to trails. Oh, I don't know if it's a rails to trails, but nice little walking path here. Multi-use trail. You know, a lot of times when I'm geocaching or when I'm on some sort of adventure or trip, I don't always make videos. And that's because I really like to, ooh, I just hit 1 mile. Sometimes I just want to just be in the moment and not worrying about videoing or anything like that. But recently, Mark and I took a trip to Asheville because that's where his mom lives. We were celebrating her 90th birthday. And she lives, her neighborhood backs up to a series of trails that's owned by Warren Wilson College. And of course, as you know, a year ago, there was a Hurricane Helene, that came through and just devastated the whole area. So we went on the trails. We took a hike along the trails to the college. We ran on the college campus, and then we hiked back. And it was cool because there was a lot of recovery. And Mark showed me a popular swimming hole, and he was showing me like how high the water was, and there were a lot of places where there used to be trees where there were no longer trees. So it was cool. And we got to the end of that adventure, and I said, man, I wish I'd made a video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post some photos of that. We did make a couple of small videos. We saw some things that I videoed, but I'll post some pictures at the end of this video, because we did there were geocaches. There were a lot of caches that were still not disabled or archived or anything, but they were clearly not there. They were missing because they hadn't been found since before Helene. But there were some had been replaced, some survived, and so it was cool. And I wanted to share that with you, and I wish I had made a video, but that's okay. Anyway, I'm getting close to ground zero here. I don't know if I was running my mouth. I might have passed it, so I better check and make sure I haven't and see where I am. This next cache is called the Big G. G. I wonder where it could be. Let's see if we can find it. That one wasn't on the G, but it was within view of the G. This next one is here at the Chester Cemetery. This one's part of a geo tour called Find Your Chesapeake. And back when I was living in Fredericksburg, I found some Find Your Chesapeake caches around in the Tidewater area and northern neck of Virginia. And so now I'm going to find one in Maryland. Very cool. According to Google Maps, there used to be a huge building here. Maybe a shopping center? But it's not here anymore. So I'm going to cut through because the cache is over there. This one was tricky. I'll show you where I found it. Down in here, I used my camera and took a photo and discovered boom. Good one. Thanks for joining me on this geocaching adventure in Cheatertown, Maryland. I got a new county and I'm going to get a new souvenir. Oh yes, and don't forget to watch the bonus content right now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hannah. Happy birthday to you.
Okay. Blow out all the candles. Make a wish.